Shabbat Shalom. Once again, we're in the house. And we thank the the Most High, our King, by saying Hallelujah. And we praise you, Most High. So let's bless him as we do every Shabbat before we pray by saying Baruch et Yahweh. Baruch et Yahweh HaMevarach. Baruch atah Yahweh HaMevarach le'elam va'ed. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher Bekar Banu Makol Hamayim Wenatan Lanu HaTorah. Baruch atah Yahweh Notan HaTorah. That is to say, blessed be Yahweh. Blessed be Yahweh the Blessed One. Blessed are you, Yahweh the Blessed One, for all eternity. Blessed are you, Yahweh, our Elohim, King of the universe, who selected us from all the peoples and gave us your Torah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, giver of the Torah. To our King, our provider, our healer, our sustainer, our Elohim, the Elohim of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, do we come before you today, Master, on your set-apart day, once again, O King, with bowed head and humble hearts, asking you and begging you, Master, to forgive us of our sins. Cleanse us of unrighteousness, Master, that our prayers be not hindered this morning, that you will hear when we call unto you, O King, for you say, what nation is like Israel, that you hear them every time they call upon you. We are thy people, Master, and we are your sheep, and we are your people and the sheep of thy pasture, O King, because we believe in thy mitzvot. And you said that you made the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day you rested. And you said we shall also rest, and we shall have a solemn assembly. So we come together today, Master, because we fear thee. We obey you, O Master, and we hear thy voice. And we ask that you will look upon us today. Look upon us, Master, with the mercies that you have given us again this morning, that you woke us up out of our bed, and that you would show us favor, O King, and that you will look upon us with a tender eye, and that when you see us, Master, that it would bring a smile to thy heart, Master, because we are thy people. And we thank you for all things. We thank you for life, health, and strength, food, clothing, and shelter, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We thank you, Master, mostly that you have taken us out of idolatry, and that you have set our feet up on the straight path, and you have stood us upright, and that we are shomron, Master, and we grow straight now, and that we do not go after false gods and pagan, and we are assembled on thy seventh day rather than on the first day, because we hear your voice, Master. We ask that you would look upon us, Master, with favor. Look upon all those that are here and the families that are represented, Master. We ask that you would continue to shed your love upon us. We ask that you would also look at the leadership of this house, and that you would show them favor, Master, and that you would continue to grow them. Bind us with cords of love that cannot be broken. We thank you, O King, for keeping our children as they have traversed throughout this land all week long, but you brought them home safely to us. Master, we ask that you would look upon them that may be sick in their bodies, or the distance may have been too far to travel, and they are assembled with us online today, and that you would count them as part of this assembly. We ask that you would continue to heal those that may be sick in their bodies, O King. Strengthen them, Master, as you would all of us. We ask that you would continue to build us up where we're torn down and strengthen us where we're weak, O King, that we may continue to grow in thy word, that we may meet thy expectations, Master, that we may have a chance, O King, to go back to the land when you come in that great day. And we thank you, Master. We ask that you continue to keep us until we can meet here again. This is our prayer. Amen.
Shabbat shalom to everybody. Glad to see you here on this day that the Most High has made for his people. We're going to read today from the Helium, which is Psalms 123 and 124, which you're familiar with 123. Join with me, if you would, in reading. A Psalm of David. Yahweh is my shepherd. I lack nothing. He has me lie down in grassy pastures. He leads me by quiet waters. He restores my inner person. He guides me in right paths for the sake of his own name. Even if I pass through death's dark ravines, I fear no disaster, for you are with me. Your rod and staff reassure me. You prepare a table for me even as my enemies watch. You anoint my head with oil from an overflowing cup. Goodness and grace will pursue me every day of my life, and I will live in the house of Yahweh for years and years to come. By David, a psalm. The earth is Yahweh's and all that is in it, the world and all those living there. For he set its foundation on the seas and established it on the rivers. Who may go up to the mountain of Yahweh? Who can stand in his set-apart place? Those with clean hands and pure hearts, who don't make vanities the purpose of their lives, who swear oaths just to deceive. They will receive a blessing from Yahweh and justice from El, who saves them. Such is the character of those who seek him, of Yaakov, who seeks your face, Selah. Lift up your head, O ye gates, lift up everlasting doors, so that the glorious King can enter. Who is he, this King, this glorious King? Yahweh, strong and mighty. Yahweh, mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, you gates. Lift them up, everlasting doors, so the glorious King can enter. Who is he, the glorious King? Yahweh Sabaoth. He is the glorious King, Selah. You may be seated. It's good to see everybody today that's here, and it's been a great week. We've been able to strengthen our bodies and gain the presence of the working aspect that the Most High provides us with in our bodies. We look at us, we walking strong and got big smiles on our face. Happy is he whose ways are the Most High. And we walk in that, and we revel in that. Yeah, it's been an interesting week for me. Y'all got your moray following these two young giants. They have become very proficient in their ability to provide you with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I am going to share with you today something that the Most High has placed within my spirit and in my heart. And I want you to listen to the words that I'm using even as I begin this teaching today. I'm going to share with you something that the Most High has put within my spirit. We listen to the various teachings of Torah, and before I get there, let me do something I never do. I'm the kind of guy that gets in the saddle. I'm like, have you seen the Kentucky Derby? They push the horse into the gate, and then he's there for a minute, and he's out. Ain't no messing around. That's me. I sit here, and then I'm ready to go. This guy over here, he does all these acclimates and give honor to the mores and stand in the presence of your elders, and I think you all need to do that. So we won't be remiss in doing that. Let us stand in the presence of those who have gray hair. You know the text. And look at the one with the gray hair closest to you and tell them Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. See, I have to slow down. I'm like the horse in the I'm ready to go. All this, all this. I go places, I go places, and they want me to teach or say something, and I have to consciously remember giving honor to. Otherwise, I just start talking. But anyway, Moray Appleton and Moray Bickham have done an outstanding job in sharing the wisdom and knowledge that the Most High has provided for them, and I've been very happy to maintain my seat in the back and listen and gain understanding from them. When you think you know it all and no one can teach you, you're done. You're finished. None of us will go to a doctor who is not keeping up with the latest aspects of medicine and trend. I don't want to go to a dentist who don't know how to use Novocaine. I don't want to go in to the hospital for a surgical operation and the hospital and the staff aren't up to and with the latest methods of handling medicine. I don't want 1922 medicine and doctor. I don't want that. And so when we stop learning and from each other and we learn from each other, then it's kind of arrogant in one aspect. And I'm so happy to say to the young teachers in Trey Beverly and Sean and Brother Beckham, your moray has learned a lot from you. We have in this house that's called First Tabernacle Fellowship, we have shared and we have made available to a lot of people and introduced them to this way of life. We've taught them principles of Torah, and some have stayed and some have disappeared. And I thought about it as I was studying this week. If everybody that we introduced this to and came into this house was still here, we'd have a full house. But it kind of boils down to something that's called issues of the heart. So I'm going to delve into some things. Some things might sound repetitious, but the repetition is only to reinforce the principle or the idea that I'm trying to bring. Our obedience to the Most High Torah principles rest on a resolute spirit, a steadfast spirit, a willing heart, and on what governs the heart's actions. To gain understanding, we have to explore several factors. Where my mouse at? There it is. Things emanate in something that's called our brain. The cerebrum and the cerebellum. The cerebrum supports the higher order functions such as thinking, learning, memory, language, emotions, movement, and perceptions. The cerebral helps us with posture and balance and has recently been suggested to be involved in learning and the ability to pay attention. This human factor, the brain's ability, has the ability to process information. The brain houses what it houses. It houses the spirit, the heart, and it is through our brain that information is received and able to be manifested in one's life. The text says that we are uniquely, I'm paraphrasing, and wonderfully made. You have running through your body electrons. You have miles and miles of veins that carry blood to the necessary articles of your being that help us to be able to function. It is inside of this aspect that the Most High has created to us that contains what we call our mind. It also contains our spirit. None of anything that's in here is visible. Nothing in there is visible. If this right here goes out of whack and goes out of balance, your whole sense of cognitive understanding, reasoning, thought, the ability to speak, the ability to act diminishes or it goes away. This is the reason why it is very necessary for us as individuals to be very in tune with our whole body and being. Because if my whole body and being is not healthy, there are matters that can affect this, such as strokes, heart attacks. And when those strokes and heart attacks affect this part of the brain, everything goes crazy. We can lose our ability to speak. We can lose our ability to move. We can lose our ability to understand. I'm kind of getting it, and I got to work on it. What we eat affects this. Because this right here is what's the engine that's driving the whole body. It's like a hard drive in a computer. Inside of here are all of the necessaries of thought, memory, actions, moment, and where the spirit intervenes into here that causes the body to be able to function and act. So if we don't eat right, and our arteries get clogged all up with plaque, it can cause us to have a stroke, which is going to affect that. And when that's affected to the point where we can't think, the point that we can't act, we lose our ability to have that connection of understanding with the Most High. There are three components: the heart, the soul, and the spirit of man. And we have to define these. We have to know what they are. Is there any aspect in which these three may be interchangeable? Yes, there are. We look at our text in Jeremiah 17 and 9. This is central. This particular text here is very important because the heart to the Most High is the part of you that he knows. Let's read it. The heart is what? More deceitful than anything else and mortally sick. Wow. Wow. It's deceitful and mortally sick. Who can fathom it? I, Yahweh, what do? I search the heart and test inner motivations. Now, if you're going to write something down, I think that you should write this down so you never forget it. I do what? I, Yahweh, test your heart. I'm testing your heart. Your heart is being tested every day that you live and every breath that you breathe. The Most High is testing your heart. I test inner motivations in order to do what? This is central to what I'm going to say today. In order to give everyone what his actions and conduct deserve. Your heart defines how the Most High is going to interact with you. He's going to give you according to what he sees being seen, that he sees in your heart. Now we get back to the brain. Not this one. Not this one. You have a physical heart, then you have the heart, which is something that is spiritual, that cannot be seen, it cannot be operated on, but it can be helped. When our brain goes wacky, they give us some medication to bring it back into sync. Or I think we got food for everything else. I'm sure we got food for the brain. I'm sure there's some vegetables, some seeds, something that will help the brain to stay focused. And we need to understand that. The heart okay, tablet, come on now. You're acting stupid. There we go. The heart is the inner man, the mind, the will. And when we use the word will, we're talking about something that is active. It's an action. It's an adverb. It's something that acts. The heart signifies the total inner self, a person's hidden core of being. It is the genuine self distinguished from appearance and physical presence. So when we look at the heart of a person, we talk about the heart from a scriptural perspective, this is what we're talking about. The soul, or the nephesh, soul, life, self, person, heart, creature, mind, living being. So now we look at ourselves and I see you, and I see a living being. But what I don't see is I don't see your heart. I see the living being. The heart is residing inside this cerebral part of your brain. Then we have what is called the ruach. The ruach is a Hebrew word for spirit, mind, spirit, wind, breath. There is a noun that's associated with this that signifies breath, which is vigor. More metaphysically, life and soul. So now when we see all three of these particular components that make up who we are, of which the heart, the soul, the spirit, are all intangible things that cannot be seen, cannot be operated on. From a spiritual perspective, there is no medication that can help your spiritual heart. There is no medication that you can receive from a doctor that can help your spiritual heart. The ruach, wind, breath. Yet it takes on other actions and demeanors that are germane to the soul and the life force of a man. The spirit is most essentially the life principle, especially in man. It infused by the Most High and is often synonymous with the soul. What does Zechariah say? A prophecy, the word of Yahweh concerning Israel. Here is the message from Yahweh, who stretched out the heavens and laid the foundation of the earth. The underscored part is the part that's important and essential. Not only did he lay the foundation of the earth and form the spirit, he formed the spirit inside human beings. So, when the Most High created us, he created us and gave us pneuma, breath, gave us a life force, but he also gave us his spirit. I can go to the store and I can buy a computer. The computer has a brain that's called the hard drive. The hard drive has upon it the applications and tools that cause us to be able to work with the computer. It's inside the brain. Until we activate the hard drive and the applications that cause it to function that we need to work with, those applications lie dormant up on the computer. The Most High has given us his spirit. It's within us. You are born with it. Every individual is born with the spirit of the Most High. You have it. In most cases, in humanity, that spirit has not been activated. Because when the spirit that the Most High has given you is activated, it produces within us the ability to function in the way that he wants us to function. So we wonder why it is that when we talk to people about matters of the spirit, that they can't receive it, it's because that spirit has not been activated. The Most High formed the spirit inside human beings. That spirit can be life force, and it can also be that which causes us to be able to function. Every thought undergoes a process before reaching the heart, the center of action. Your heart is the center of action. So we asked ourselves a question: where does a thought originate? From the mind or from the spirit? Does it arise from a person's spirit, which cannot be defined apart from its connection to the mind? If so, could a person's mind and spirit be considered the same? We talk about the mind, we talk about the spirit, but something has to be able to trigger the mind. The spirit is that which triggers the mind. So the proverb says to us, "For as a man thinketh within himself, so is he." As I think about myself, as I think about how I function, somebody turn this air on for me. And as I move and turn the back one on, not this one, this. As I move about and do what I do, I am. As I think of myself, that's who I am. But is it critical for me to just think of myself as who I am? Or do I need others to also see who I am? And how are you going to see who I am if I never reveal myself to you? You'll never know me. You'll never know me. You will never know the Most High. And the Most High is not a man. But yet and still, the Most High reveals himself, or he manifests himself to what he has created. And he manifests himself to us, and he talks to us within the realm of who we are. He doesn't talk to us in a language that you and I can't understand. He talks to us in the context of what he has created. He has created a human being. We are not a spirit. We have a spirit in us, but we're not a spirit. We can function with the spirit with us, but we're not. You see us. The Most High is unseen, doesn't have arms, doesn't have legs, doesn't have a mouth, doesn't have eyes, doesn't have feet. But yet when he talks to us in the language of who we are, so we can understand. If the Most High communicated with us in spirit form of who he is, we'd be going like, duh, what? What are you talking about? So I'm communicating with you in the form of which that I have created you. I'm not a human, but you are, and I know how humans take in information and how humans understand, because I created you with the ability to do that. So if I tell you that I did something with a strong arm, I'm only trying to tell you, communicate with something that you can understand. You can understand a strong arm. If I tell you that I speak to you, you understand that you can speak out of your mouth. I'm not speaking to you out of some. Although, when the Most High speaks and communicates with us, he communicates to us through the source of which he is, that he has put within us, which is his spirit. But I can't understand his spirit if I don't spend time in the presence of who he is. How do I do that? He's given me his word. These words I'm giving to you, he says, they shall be life to you. They shall be spirit to you. They shall be life to you. I realize that you may have some problems moving forward from where we are now to where we're going to go. Where we are now is a place in which that we have understanding, but there's a generation that's going to come behind us that's going to have more understanding and more wisdom and more knowledge than we do, because the spirit continues to evolve and grow. So we have this battle. But well, you know, the Bible been changed and they didn't write it, and somebody did this and somebody did that and somebody did it. However, I have to hear what the Spirit says. The Spirit says two things. One, I, Spirit, have never left myself without a witness. So there's something that's going to communicate with the spirit that I put in you to allow you to know that I'm still present, I'm still alive, I'm still working, I'm still doing something. Then I've told you, if the foundation is destroyed, because I'm letting you know up front that the foundation is going to be destroyed. But if the foundation is destroyed, I'm leaving you enough information that with the spirit that I put in you and your ability of your mind to receive and comprehend, I'm leaving you enough information that you'll be able to stand on the rock that I am. I got to be careful because I might start preaching. So, you know that by reading my word, and though it might be flawed by those who've tried to translate my word because they have an agenda, It's okay. It's okay. I've given you enough information in there that you're able, through my spirit, into your mind, to be able to process the difference between that which is and that which is not. Because you're able to do that by the spirit that I put in you. So let's not argue that point. Because I'm telling you something else in my word that's true. And this is the reason why we assemble, the reason why we do what we do, because there's a goal. What's the goal? Oh, the goal is to get to Jerusalem. That's the goal. The goal is to get to Jerusalem, because if I can get to Jerusalem, I could go up to where the Torah is being taught. And now I'll be able to get a clearer understanding of what I didn't receive on this side. So as people, we are defined by our thoughts that play out through our heart, which are manifested in the actions of those thoughts within our heart, derived from our spirit. We say that again. We are defined by our thoughts that play out through our hearts, which are manifested in the actions of those thoughts within our hearts, derived from our spirit. In other words, the spirit creates the thought. Have you ever said this? That just dropped into my spirit. Ever said that? That just dropped into my spirit. So the spirit creates the thought. The thought is then transferred to the mind. Kind of almost synonymous, but there's some action and some work that goes on in the mind. It's in your mind that you meditate upon the thought. Whether the thought is creative, whether you woke up in the course of the day, or you're walking through the course of the day, and the Spirit drops something into your heart. The mind can quickly process it and send it to the heart, which brings forth the action. But I meditate, I sit, and I think about that. What am I thinking about? I'm thinking about how I'm going to be able to manifest what the Spirit is giving me. I got you. King David says these words. I meditate upon your word, because your word is spirit. I meditate upon your word because the only way we can have relationship oh, come on now, don't do this to me, Father. So that in and through his word, I'm able to hear and recognize the voice of the Most High versus my voice. Because my voice will tell me to do something that the Most High said to do. Oh, the Most High said so-and-so. And then when you go into action to do what that is, I've had people come to me and say, Moray, Yahweh spoke to me and said so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. Well, okay, I'm not going to argue with you about it. Then I see you, and what the action is that you said the Most High told you to do, you go, that wasn't it. So the thing that we have to do is we have to learn, we have to exercise our spirit and our mind to be able to discern between the spirit of the Most High that's speaking and our own spirit that's speaking. Because sometimes the two collide. We talked about this on the podcast this week. You can only know a person if you spend time with them. Most of you here have been with me long enough that if you're in a different place of the building and I walk in the door and I start talking, you don't have to see me to know that I'm in the house. Get my drift? When your spirit, which the Most High has given to you, is connected with that spirit, and that spirit begins to communicate with you, you know the difference between that spirit and somebody else's spirit and your own. Well, you're able to decipher and make the difference of what I'm hearing. You follow me? I can hear that. So that I know when the Most High is speaking, because I have to be careful of something that he says in text. Whoa. Whoa. Lo. Woe unto those who have said that I have said and I have not. So I'm very careful when I talk to you and I tell you that the Most High said something. I'm very careful about that. Because what the Most High says, he will bring to fruition. And the Most High is never going to tell you anything that violates himself. What he tells you is always going to be good. Even if it's a warning that's bad, the warning that's bad is good. Because the Spirit is protecting you from something that might be harmful for you. But I have to know, I have to be sure that I'm hearing from the Most High. I got to be sure of that. I got to test it. I got to ask, Most High, is this you? Or is this me? Now, I have to be patient to wait up on the Most High for an answer. I'm going to go to church, y'all. Can I go to church? I'm going to go to church. He may not come when you want him, but he'll always answer you right on time. The answer might come in the action of another person. It might come in something that you see. It might come in what's going on in your surroundings, and you look at it and you go, oh. Because it's in your spirit that's been swirling around in your mind. And as it swirls around in your mind, it drops to your heart, causes you to respond and act. So, in other words, the spirit creates the thought, which is transferred to the mind, then to the heart, wherein the thought is put into action, so that as a man thinketh, so that man is. So through our actions, we can see and understand who a person is. The aspect of discerning of the spirit is my ability to see you and you see me. And as we talk, I hear somebody say, oh, I can snap that person up in a minute. I can see what they are in a minute. You know why? Because out of the abundance of the heart does the mouth transfer information. I can begin to identify who you are, what you are, and what kind of person you are by how you speak. And you can only speak from your heart. The spirit is distinguished from the body. It is the inner consciousness, the mind, the thinking, the planning, the motivating, the intelligence. It is often referred to as one's frame of mind, a tendency toward enthusiasm or depression, courage or fear, and the like. The consciousness of who we are depends on our heart and spirit to guard and protect the soul or the person of who we are. Something's got to protect me. We look at a person and we see a human being, but the human being is categorized by what is manifest. I look at you and I determine whether you're a good or a bad person. I can look and I can determine whether you're a good or bad person by what comes out of your mouth, because your mouth is going to speak what's in your heart. That's the reason I say to people about what's going on now, were you listening to what he said? Because he's manifesting that which was in his heart. He's doing that exactly which was in his heart to do. And we can determine by what's going on in his heart that it's not a good heart. It's not a good spirit. Because the Most High has done something else for us. He's given us the ability to choose. Let me take you, Israel, between these two mountains. One's green and fertile. One's dry and has nothing on it. And I want you to make a choice which one you want. Do you want life? Do you want that which is green? Or do you want that which is not, which is all dried up and what have you? I'm giving you the ability to choose. And your choice is going to be defined by what's in your spirit that transfers to your mind, that exposes itself out through your heart. There are those of you in the house today that I've had an opportunity to meet haven't been with me long, but I've determined by being around you and talking to you, oh, that's a good person. Everybody that comes in the house and thinks they want to receive Torah, that's so. That's so. You know how I know? I know by what's manifested through their heart. The consciousness of who we are depends on our heart and spirit to guard and protect the being of who I am. There are factors that govern the heart's actions. One, the spirit produces the thoughts that enter the mind. The mind dwells on the thought. Right now, as we're sitting in this house, there are thoughts that are running through your mind. Right now, as we're sitting together in this house, there are spirit things that have dropped into your spirit, whether they are from the Most High or whether they are your spirit going on. And inside of who you are, there's this thought process that's going on, materializing. You're thinking. You're trying to decipher. You're trying to unravel. It's not quite ready yet. It hasn't it's not right ready to manifest yet. So it swirls around in there until you've got it complete. And then when you've got it complete, then it produces and it shows itself. So, the mind dwells on the thought enters the heart acts upon the thought. What we believe lives inside of our heart. Why is that so? Because I've heard what the Spirit has to say. I've heard Torah, and I know that's spirit, and that spirit has entered into my mind. I've processed it in my mind. And as I process it in my mind, I gravitate to it, and my heart causes me to act it out. You know why you're obedient to Torah? Because it's in your heart to do so. If it's not in your heart, you're not going to do it. I will do what I will do, and I will not do what I will not do, and that's predicated upon my heart. Why is it that a person hears the words of Torah and makes a decision, well, I'm not going to do that? It's in your heart. It's not in your heart. I'm not doing that. I know Torah says that I should congregate every Shabbat, but I'm not going to do that. That's in your spirit. Your spirit has not yet received and sent the sensory information to your mind to allow your mind to understand the necessity of what you're hearing, that the Most High has asked you to do is very important. And when you break one of those commandments, you have desecrated a majority of them because they're all linked together. So, when I decide to rebel against the Most High, where does the action of rebel start? It starts in my spirit that goes into my mind that says, my mind, I'm going to rebel, and my heart says, yes, we are. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I know I'm supposed to keep the Shabbat. I know I'm not supposed to do any work on the Shabbat. I know I'm not supposed to do this and that. Well, in the Proverbs, there's a word for that person. In Proverbs, that person is called a fool. Now let's define the fool. A fool is a person who knows to do what's right, but does not do what's right because right gets in the way. So I'm just not going to do that. A fool is different than a simpleton. A simpleton says, well, everybody else is doing it, so I guess I can do that too. I mean, let me just follow. My father had a proverb: dead logs, dead cows, dead hogs, and everything go downstream. But it takes a game fish to swim against the current and get up to where fresh water is. It takes a game person to get into the full operation of what Torah is, the fresh water. The Torah text says, and I shall wash you. I shall wash you with water. What's he washing me with? He's washing me with Torah. What's the king say? Cleanse me, clean me, and I will be clean. What are you cleaning me with? I'm cleaning you with my word. I'm washing you with my, clean me with hyssop. I'm cleaning you up with my word so that you can have a pure heart. So, what we believe lives in our heart. Oh, but the heart is very fragile. Based on who we are, sometimes we have to tiptoe around certain people's hearts because their hearts are fragile, because also out of the heart is the seat of emotion. How you feel, what you're really going to say. I can look at your expression and go, oh, they ain't like that. It's affecting their heart. Once your heart is bruised or conflicted in the position or the state that it is, the heart never wants to return to that. So the heart says, by virtue of the spirit which was within you, percolating in the mind, tells the heart, well, I'm out of here. I ain't doing that no more. I don't care what they say. I'm not doing that no more. But if my spirit, which is from the Most High, is residing within me, then the Spirit should send a message to my mind to rethink my action. Do I really want to do that? Am I just looking at the now and not looking at the bigger, broader picture? Are we not human beings? Are we not subject to error? Because our heart is fragile. I'm not perfect. I'm subject to error. That's the reason why I can ask the Most High to do something for me. What do you think? What do you think he needs to do? Renew in me a right spirit. I need to have my spirit corrected so my mind can percolate right, so that my heart will function and demonstrate what is really in my spirit, and that is to do good. If my spirit is bad, my actions are going to be bad. Watch this. We're going to get there. So the heart is fragile. You think? You think maybe? You think maybe? It suffers from aches, ailments such as sorrow, worry, malice, and a whole bunch of other things that it suffers from. You think maybe? We got this going on inside our heart? All of this is percolating in our mind, which is the same, which is, in this case, is synonymous with our spirit, that's going to cause us to either do something based on these things, which is going to cause me to act outside the framework of where it is I really want to act. You hurt my feelings. Yeah, I hurt your heart. And because I hurt your feelings, I hurt your heart, I start retreating. But if I'm walking in the Spirit will send a message to my mind and to my heart that will tell me from His Word, hey, stop. Let's reason. Let's reason together. Let's talk this thing out. In all thy getting, Spirit starts to talk to me. In all my getting, let's get an understanding. Now, depending on how my heart responds out of my mouth, you're going to know whether I'm contrite and I'm sincere in wanting to do this. Well, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. What did I say? Did I? Well, I meant that thing. Sharon. The Spirit doesn't work that way, does it? The Spirit of the Most High is gentle. The Spirit of the Most High is compassionate. The Spirit of the Most High is long-suffering. So now, if I know what the Spirit is, and I'm supposed to be walking in that, then my heart should manifest that in whatever situation and circumstance that I find myself in. If the Spirit says you should not hate your brother in your heart, then I don't need to do that. I need to reconcile. If I can't do that, then I got to ask the question, what kind of spirit do you have? Suffers from aches, ailments, and sorrows, and worry, and malice. And you think maybe that the human heart is full of evil thoughts? Our human weaknesses allow us to abandon our desire to do good and submit to the heart's temptations. Because now, if my heart has been bruised or damaged, it sends that information back to my mind or my spirit where I meditate upon And my meditation upon it is going to take me to a place where my thoughts are not pure. My human weaknesses are going to allow me to abandon the desire to do good. It's going to cause me to abandon the teachings that I know about Torah that the Most High has given me. It's going to cause me to abandon that, lay that to the side. But because the Most High says, I already know your heart, and I try the reins of the heart, because he loves us, somewhere in the process of us going through this process of going from that which is something good to something that's evil, the Most High begins to shake us. And if I know his voice, he speaks to me out of his word and tells me exactly what I need to do in this situation. My mind is going to process that. And depending on what my spirit, whether I have a good spirit or a bad spirit at that time, what's going to manifest out of that is either going to be good or bad. Follow me? I mean, that's what you're going to do. I meditate. Oh, man. I meditated. Maury really hurt me today. I said something to him, and Maury really hurt me. I'm not going to talk to him anymore. Well, we need to process. Was what he said, was it malicious? Was it intentional? You'll know. You'll know if it was malicious, if it was intentional. And even if it was malicious and intentional, because you're my sister, you're my brother, and I'm with you, what do you need to do for me? What do you need to do for me within the framework of Torah? What do you need to do for me? Oh, I'm just going to let your brother hang. Because Torah is going to give me, if I'm walking in the Spirit, the Torah is going to give me a right application that as I meditate upon it, there's going to be a switch from that which is evil to that which is good. In my mind, I'm going to think about it. And my heart's going to determine whether I'm going to do that which is good or that which is evil. I am. Why? Because I'm what? I'm human. Guess what I'm subject to do? Err. That's the reason why he's given me these offerings. If you err without the intent of erring, you can bring me an offering. If you consciously err because you just simply forgot, you can bring me an error. You can bring me an offering. However, if with malice or forethought you're erring, don't bring me nothing. Because now, the only way I'm going to listen to you is you're going to have to come before me with a broken and a contrite spirit. And guess what I just said? I know the heart, I try the reins of the heart, and I'm going to give you just what your actions deserve. So don't come playing with me. Don't come out. Well, Most High. No. Because my action to the Most High has got to be sincere. Guess who's reading my heart? The one who understands. The one who knows. The Most High knows me better than I know myself. He even knows my thoughts before I think it, and he gives us things before, as we're thinking, we wake up, oh, I was just thinking about that. And here it is. How'd that happen? 1 Samuel. Well, it is the seat of our emotions also. 1 Samuel 16:14. Now, the Spirit of Yahweh had left Shaul. Instead, an evil spirit from Yahweh would suddenly come over him. Now the question is, can Yahweh produce an evil spirit to come over you? Well, obviously. Let's see if we can answer this question. The question is, can the Most High cause an evil spirit to come upon a person? The answer is yes. Why? Because the Jeremiah text says he tests the inner motions of the heart and gives everyone their actions, gives everyone according to what their actions and conduct deserve. So what does he know? What did he know about Shaul? Well, we got a couple things. Got a couple things about Shaul. Number one, he wasn't my first choice. Number two, he comes from the tribe of Benjamin, not from the tribe of Judah. Number three, he was handsome and stood tall amongst all the people, and you all saw him. But when you saw him and I chose him, I gave to you what your heart and your spirit wanted. You said, make us a king like all the other nations, because we want to be like all the nations. Whoa, why would I do that? I'm your king. I'm your rock. I created you. Oh, but you people have an evil spirit. In your spirit, the other nations, they got kings, man. By golly, they can touch their king. They can talk face to face with their king. We want one of them. Because we've had an experience with you. And we don't want to have that experience with you. Matter of fact, we don't want to even hear your voice again. That's how much we heard about it. We don't want to hear your voice again. Come on, Most High. Come on, children of Israel. Do you want to hear the voice of the Most High? Absolutely. But I don't know. I don't know, y'all. If the Most High spoken and the earth started moving, I feel the earth moving under my feet. I feel the earth moving under my feet. I see lightning flashing all around me, and I hear this noise coming at me like thunder. You think you might say the same thing Israel said? Hold up. I know what my ancestors said and what they did, but Most High, can you just dampen it down a little bit? Can you turn the volume down a little bit? So, the Most High knew what the spirit of Saul was. Saul's heart was defined by Yahweh to be evil. So Yahweh exposed that which was in his heart, evil. This goes both ways. The Most High can expose a heart that's good, and he can expose a heart that's evil. I have placed it in Paro's heart. Go speak to him. But I've already established in his spirit, that's in his mind, that's in his heart, that when you go speak to him, his heart from his mind has already been hardened against you. So he's not going to do what you're asking him to do. I'm going to have to do something. to prove to not only to Paro, but to you, Hebrew people, I'm going to have to do something to prove to you who I am, so that when we get on this journey, you're going to know who I am. I'm going to have to prove something to you. It gets back to the idea of thought from text. When we read the book of Ezekiel, we get down in those latter chapters, he says, oh, I have an ought against you, and I have an ought against you, and I have an ought against you, I have an ought against you, Egypt, I have an ought against you, Zor, I have an ought against you, every these nations, I have an ought against you, I have an ought against you, blah, 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 blah. And he says, and then I want you to know something. When my people are sitting well in their unwalled cities, and you decide to want to come against them like you did in the past, I'm going to tell you, don't even think about it. Because if you think about coming against my people in unwalled cities, I'm going to strike you down right where you are. And guess what it's going to take? It's going to take Israel 7 months to clean you up. Because Paro, I know what kind of heart you have. And Israel, guess what I know? I know what kind of heart you have. I knew from the beginning, when I created you to be the eternal people, I knew what I was getting into. I knew you had I knew that. Well, I can't say what I want to say. But you all acted up so bad that in my own spirit and in my own mind, I told Mashe, I can we can start all over again. But then I had a spirit. Somebody bring me a Kleenex, please. But then I had what happened? In the Most High Spirit, in the Most High's mind, he did something. He did something. What did he do? Oh, excuse me. He relented. Which means that his spirit and his heart relented from where he was. He had a spirit within him that says, you know what? Let me think about what I said. Maybe that's not a good idea. Sometimes we have to have somebody to help us to reset our spirit. Moshe came back to him and said, hey, hold up. I heard what you said, but maybe that's not a good idea, because if you do that, then the nations will say that you weren't able to do what you said you was going to do. You weren't able to deliver them. You weren't able to bring them out. So the Most High relented from his action for that point in time. But he still did what he said he was going to do. Wait for it. Wait for it. So, a good heart. Let's talk about a good heart. Psalms 73:1. How good Elohim is to Israel, to those who are pure in heart. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Okay? Are you pure in heart? Are you pure in heart? You got to search yourself. Are you pure in heart? So, well, really, what does that mean? The verse in Zechariah, who stretched out the heavens and laid the foundation from the earth and formed the spirit inside a human being, Zechariah 12. Since the Most High knows the heart, spirit understands where every soul is and what type of person they are. So the Most High selects people who meet that criterion of a pure heart. Abraham. Lek Lekah. What does Lek Lekah mean? Get out for yourself. There is no context where it causes us to think about whether Abraham said, Now, let me see. I heard the voice of the Most High tell me to get out for myself. Maybe I should just stay here. Let me tell you that. Abraham lived in a time when the ruler of the land was a man who's defined was a hunter before the Most High. His name's not hitting me right now. Huh? Nimrod. Thank you. Nimrod. Nimrod was a sun worshiper. And not only was he a sun worshiper, he was an idol worshiper. And Abraham's father, Terah, was a maker of idols. I want you to follow this thread. So Abraham lived in the house of idol worship. He was raised in a house of idol worship. That's all he saw. That's what he knew. Except he had a pure heart. So the Most High spoke to him and said, I need you to lek lekah for yourself. Get out for yourself. Oh, but wait a minute. All my friends are here. But wait a minute, my mom and my daddy, my daddy, my brother, he got killed. And, all my friends are here. I mean, this is really all I know is this idol worship. So you really want me to get up and leave my friends, leave everything I know and get out for myself and go where? And go where? All my teaching has been this idol worship stuff. And you want me to leave this and go where? Oh, well, let me. He's not having that conversation. See, I got to say, watch that voice. Watch that voice. I'm trying to tell you that your reasons for staying where you are in idolatry is because your heart is manifesting what's in your spirit and what's in your mind, and it hasn't resonated yet. Oh, by the way, Abraham, make a covenant with you. I'm going to bless you. Everywhere your feet walk, that land I'm going to give to your ancestors. I'm going to make you a father of many nations. I'm going to make you something that you weren't expecting. I'm going to make you wealthy. I'm going to be your protector. I'm going to be your shield, your exceeding great reward, so that wherever you go, you're going to have my spirit. Ooh. You're going to have my spirit residing on you and with you. I'm going to make you the father of many nations. Oh. Is that what you're going to do? No brainer. I'm out of here. Come on, Sarah. Lot? Okay, Lot, let's go. I'm out of here. Where are we going? Don't know. We're going to the place where the Most High desires us to go. Now, class, you have arrived at the place where the Most High desires for you to go, to the house where the Torah of the Most High is being taught, so that your spirit, your mind, and your heart can be in sync with his spirit, so that you can walk out your life in pure harmony with the Most High, as Abraham did. Oh. I'm scared. Well, Abraham wasn't scared, and the Most High sent him through 10 tests. 10 tests. 10. And he didn't know which one of the 10 it was going to be. He had no idea what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10 was going to be until the Most High laid it on him. And the Most High knew from his heart that he would be steadfast. Can he depend on you? Can he trust you with that? Do you think he can trust you with that? Mashay. I know your heart from a baby. You were in the lake. The text said he was a good child. Means he didn't cry. The Most High put him in a place of authority so he could learn how governments could run. And guess what? He had a little, what's the word I'm trying to use? He got protective of Israel. Oh, what you all talking about over there? Most High knew what he was going to do. You know what the Most High said when he did that? You know what the Most High said when he did that? He said, here's a man I can trust with my people. Question, class. Can the Most High trust you with his people? Can he trust you? Can he trust you to function the way that he needs for you to function? Can he trust you with that? If not, guess what I got? I got some work to do. Next verse says, teach me to do your will because you are my Elohim. Let your good spirit guide me on ground that is level. Let your good spirit guide me. Now, remember, what the Most High is like. The Most High has put his spirit inside of us. It's a good spirit. So I need to activate it so that it can guide me. I got an app on the brain. It needs to activate. I've been over here functioning in malware. I got malware on my computer. It's not functioning right. But Matt, when you get malware on your computer, what you do? Oh, you go to a program that wipes it out. Cleanse me. Cleanse me, Most High. Cleanse me with hyssop. Wash me. Purify me. Then I will be clean. I need you to. I need some scrubbing to go on in this brain of mine. So that when I hear you, I'll be able to process it and I'll be able to act on this good spirit that's going to guide me on level paths. Proverbs. Got them both. Proverbs 4:23. Above everything, do what? Guard your heart, for it is the source of life's consequences. That means that what my heart does, there's a consequence that it's going to pay. It's going to be good or it's going to be bad. I need to do what? I need to guard my heart. How am I going to do that? How am I going to guard my heart? The only way you and I can guard our heart is through the word of the Most High. Only way you can do it. You can't do it on your own. You got to spend some time. You got to spend some time with him. Many of you in the house, I'm getting to know. You know why I'm getting to know you? Spending time with you. You know why I'm getting to know you? We sat down and we had a bite to eat together. I'm getting to know you. First you show up, I'm getting to know you, buddy. I'm going, oh, yeah, I know that brother. He comes, he wants to get this. I'm getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to know you, getting to know who you are. I'm getting to know you. So that when I see you or when I hear you, guess what I know? I know your presence is here. That's the way we need to be with the Most High. A person is responsible to do what? Prepare his heart, but how the tongue speaks is from Yahweh. All a man's ways are pure in his own view, but Yahweh does what? He weighs your spirit. We're going through, I know, I don't teach like Sean. I don't teach like Beacon. I'm just giving you some words to think about it as we navigate through life to see how it is that things go about in our being. We have to guard our hearts against harmful thoughts that threaten life. The heart plays an important role in eradicating negative character traits as the spirit acting on its own interactions with the mind's desire to walk in righteousness. While we have free will, the Most High places ideas, options in our minds which we consider or reject. The placing of those thoughts and our ideas is the work of the Supreme Spirit. We can organize our thoughts. Those thoughts are passed through to the heart where they are processed into positive or negative action. And as we walk with the Most High, we can express ourselves clearly as Abraham and the other brothers did. Bereshit. Genesis chapter 12, 1 through 3. Now, Yahweh said to Abraham, we just talked about this, get out of your country, away from your kinsmen and away from your father's house, and go to the land that I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great. You are to be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, but I will curse anyone who, whoa. Wow. Wow. We're not supposed to curse. Most High says, I will curse. I will curse anyone who curses you, and by you all the families of the earth will be blessed. Abraham said, you know what he said? Hey, y'all, we out of here. When you hear the positive influence of Torah, you should say from where you are, I'm out of here and I'm going to the good place. Beacon, before you go, get me Psalms 19:7. I'm going to the good place. I'm going somewhere where I can guard and protect my heart. 7, I think it is. Right there. Right there. What is the Torah? What is the Torah? The Torah is what? It's perfect. It does what? It restores the inner person. It restores the consciousness of my mind. It restores my spirit. The instruction of Yahweh is sure, making wise the thoughtless. The precepts of Yahweh are. So when we're talking Torah, y'all, guess we're telling you something that's right. Rejoicing. Oh. It makes my heart glad. You know why it makes my heart glad? It makes my heart glad because I know that from my spirit into my mind, nothing negative, nothing evil is going to come into my heart. So my heart is rejoicing. Oh, we're going to be good now. We're going to be in a good place. Oh, happy is my heart. The mitzvot of Yahweh are pure. So now, when we go someplace, what are we going to? Well, is this food good? Or is there some contaminants in it? When we look at when we look at the words of the Torah of the Most High, he said, they are pure. They cause my eyes to be enlightened. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. He places fear of Yahweh. It's clean. I'm in a clean place. I don't have to worry about idolatry. I don't have to worry about idols. I don't have to worry about all that stuff that makes us unclean. I'm out of that. The rulings of Yahweh, they're true. They are righteous altogether. And what are they? They're more desirable than and sweeter than honey or drippings from the comb. Through them, your servant is warned. In obeying them, now, as Abraham was blessed in obedience, the Most High says to you, when you and I adapt ourselves to obeying what is true and perfect, you enter into a place where there is great reward. What reward? Deuteronomy 4 and 7, around in there. Oh, you're a nation of people that have these perfect rulings and these perfect instructions that when you call me, what nation has an Elohim that's as close to them when you call? Oh, come on, I got an attitude. I got an attitude. You know what my attitude is? My attitude is that when I call upon the Most High, I don't hope he hears. I don't have faith that he's going to hear. Because faith suggests that he might not. I believe he's going to hear, but he might not. No. Because I walk in his ways and his pure, when I call to him, I know he's going to hear. And you know what? Bernice, When daddy calls, you know that's daddy. When the Spirit responds to your request, you know that it's the Spirit responding. And you don't really understand how blessed you are until you've experienced the blessings of the Most High. I'm almost done. I hope you're getting something out of this. We've already talked about Abraham. I'm going to move to the next slide. Samuel 8:4. We've talked about this too. All the leaders of Israel gathered themselves together, approached Samuel in Ramah, and said to him, look, you've grown, you old. You old. Your sons are not following your ways, and now making us a king to judge us like all the other nations. So now, you old, you can't lead us no more. Your sons are crazy. We need you to go make us a king like everybody else. Can I ask you a question? Is that the reflection of a rebellious spirit? So the spirit, which is within them, percolated in their mind, sent that thought to their heart. They expressed it to Samuel to carry out for them. The Most High says to Samuel, I know you're heartbroken, but don't be. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting me. And guess what? I'm not heartbroken because I knew that's what they were going to do. So now watch the example. They want a king, I'm going to give them one. Guess what kind of king I'm going to give them? One after their own heart. If you know anything about Saul, Saul had an evil spirit that had to be calmed by the work of the one who had the spirit that brought the heart that played before him to cause his spirit to quiet down and be something. I'm not going to talk about that anymore because we have already. Psalms, the Helium, 51, 10, and 12. Do what? Now, this translation here is different than Stern's translation, and I'm kind of getting tired of Stern and his translations because they don't read right in all instances. A heart clean, create in me, Elohim, and a spirit steadfast, renew within me. Give me a steadfast spirit so that my steadfast spirit will function in my mind, that will call my heart to function right. Don't cast me away from your presence. Don't take your ruach away from me. Can you tell when a person doesn't have the ruach of the Most High? Can you tell? Can you tell? Can y'all tell it? Are you experienced enough to be able to tell the difference between a person who has the ruach and who doesn't? Are you? Come on now. If you don't, we need to have a class on how to discern the spirit of the Most High and discern the difference between what is right and what is not right. Malachi says, then you will know the difference between which is clean and which is not clean. Because their actions are going to express it. They're going to tell you what it is. Don't take it away from me. Oh. I didn't know what joy was until I got here. Restore my joy in your salvation, and let a willing, good spirit uphold me. Do I appear happy to you all when you see me? And the only time I don't appear happy is when I have pain running through my body, which is causing me to frown or to move in a way. But when you see me, somewhere in there, you're going to see a spark of happiness and joy. It's because he's restored my joy. I thought I was happy. Come on, let me see your hands. Don't be ashamed. How many of you thought you was happy over there? I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, happy, happy. We thought we would say, oh, I'm so happy. But Torah showed up, and you said, oh, taste and see. Oh, taste and see. Yahweh is good. And my joy has been restored. Give her a mic. She wants to say something. My joy has been restored. Guess what? I'm in a good place. Every morning, and every time I sit and I open up this word, I'm going to ask you all something. Sometimes your mealtime goes a little long. Huh? Sometimes your mealtime goes a little long. You be eating on the words of the Most High, and you set it down, and you go back and get a little snack. Fills you up. Causes your spirit to have a sense of rejuvenation. You feel like. I heard the Moray Appleton say in this week's podcast, he says, I'm sitting there and I'm studying and I'm looking at stuff and I hear the Most High. It's just stay right there. Now drill down a little further on that. And it's like I look. Most High, you talking to me, and you're filled up with joy. Yes, ma'am.
I was just gonna say how happiness is like a fleeting emotion. It's like a human emotion, but joy is a blessing. It's like eternal or continuous, from the Most High. That they're two different things. One's fleeting and one is, eternal.
Yes, I mean the human joy, it is fleeting. Because our human joy is based upon something that happens to us that gives us. However, they are synonymous and connected, because when the Spirit gives us joy, that happens to the human being of me that acts out through the human being of me. You ask me when you come and say, Maury, how you doing? I go, hey, I'm okay. I'm doing all right. Sharon, I'm not doing so good. I said, well, what's wrong? See, I want to hear that. You want to hear that? You don't even want to be around people that aren't happy people, do you? You don't even want to be around people who are negative in their speech and in their act. Everything about them is negative. You don't want to be around that. The Most High has created you so that you can have joy in your spirit and be upheld by it. So we surround ourselves with that which is good. Psalms 51 and 13. And those who ask us, now we can teach. Why can I teach? Because now I have a steadfast spirit percolating in the thoughts of my mind that are going to resonate and respond out through my heart. So that the people that I'm talking to are only going to see the goodness of the Most High that lives inside of me. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want you to see the goodness that resides in me. When I talk to you about Torah, I want you to know that I'm living my life according to the ways of the Most High. When my speech speaks to you, the speech that I speak to you, I want that speech to resonate to your heart and your spirit that tells you that Robert is a good person. He walks in the spirit of the Most High. I saw him in a situation where he should have gotten angry and respond, but I can be angry and don't break Torah. I can reprove steadfastly in the heart and harshly. And when I reprove that way, it's not because I don't love you. The Most High does the same thing. I'm only acting the way the Most High acts. So in all this that I've said today, what are the key components? My spirit and my mind can be synonymous. They reside in the cerebellum of my brain. Out of my brain and out of my mind transfers the information that the Spirit has given it. My mind processes it, sends it to my heart. Then, out of the abundance of my heart, does my mouth speak, and the actions that flow out can be determined as to whether I walk in the Spirit of the Most High. After we've heard all the mitzvot that our capable Moreh Appleton teaches us, after we've heard all of the explanations that the capable Moreh Beckham explains to us Hebraically and otherwise, to the hearer, you have to determine whether that information is entering your spirit to be processed in your mind that will flow out through your heart, the resolute action that's right and correct. Or do you process it in your mind and your heart says, I ain't doing that? That's okay. Because the Most High says, I will give every man according to the actions that his heart dictates and defines. It will be good or bad, dependent upon how you function. As I close, get ready to dismiss you and take my seat. Remember one factor about the Most High that you and I need to make a part of our spirit. That is, the Most High is gracious. The Most High is merciful. The Most High is long-suffering. The Most High is patient. And maybe in my spirit, in my mind, in my heart, to those that I'm trying to communicate to, maybe I need to display those characteristics. Because after all, ain't there now one of us in here that should not be dead. We worship at the altar of the sun god. We used idolatrous terminology. And we spoke about the Most High in idolatrous terms. We should be dead. We did not keep his Shabbat. Exodus 31. We should be dead. But not for his mercy, and not for his grace, and not for his long-suffering and patience, did he know where we were then as to where we are now. And guess what? He's brought us all from a mighty long way. The journey's not over. There's a whole lot more to see. There's a whole lot more to know. But guess what? My heart is going to rejoice and my heart's going to be glad in it. Because I'm where the Most High wants me to be. Did it take me a while to get here? Yes, it did. But like Abraham, I had to go through all of those transitions to get to the place where I had to get to the place where the Most High would say to me, Benjamin, now I can trust you. Now I know that you will do whatever I ask you to do. I know that about you. I took you through that so in the learning process you would have a steadfast and a pure heart towards me. You heard me when I said to you, get up from your father's house and go to the place that I will show you. The same words I told Abraham. You didn't hesitate. You left. You could have had a church paid for. You could have had a congregation of people. You could have had all the accolades that you needed. But you heard me and you left. You heard me when I told you that you needed to leave Sunday worship behind and honor my Shabbat. You heard me when you had a house full of people that was full. You were getting a salary. You were getting money, but you heard me. And you didn't care. And the house dispersed, left you with a handful of people. You heard me. You heard me when I told you to tell the people Shema Israel. Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh is one. You heard me. Oh, Lord, help me now. You heard me. And you, when you had another house full of people, and you could put a little money in your pocket, you told them that they were worshiping idols and we were worshiping idols, and we needed to come out from amongst us and recognize that Yahweh is one. And they left you. You heard me. So Benjamin, like Abraham, I can trust you that when I speak to you, you know my voice. Another you won't listen to. You won't hear. You won't do. You won't move because somebody said, well, let's move. No, I can't do that. I ain't heard from the Most High. We're only still here because I'm obedient to the Most High. He my husband. I ain't got to listen to nobody else. And you need to be the same way. When our hearts, when our spirit and our hearts respond correctly with the Most High, each one, the Most High will fill this house with like-minded people. Because then and only then will you individually and us collectively be able to teach them. Well, I've enjoyed my time speaking with you. I hope that you got something out of these words that I've shared with you today. Most High, 2 days in a row, woke me up before I wanted to get up. And I laid there in my bed, and the Most High said, it's 5:30 in the morning. I don't want to get up. Most High's talking to me. And I'm going, why am I awake at 5:30 and I can't go back to sleep? Most High says, because I need to talk to you. And I need you to get up and go to your computer, and I need you to write. Because if you don't get up and go to your computer and write, when you get up, it ain't going to be there. Why? Because my spirit ain't always going to strive with men. What I'm telling you, it ain't always going to be there. So I'm going to speak to you, and I'm going to see if your heart's going to act on what I'm saying. If you're going to get your old stupid behind up out of bed, go to the computer and start writing. So I got up. This here, I'm wrestling all week about trying to, how I'm going to put this together and make it work. It ain't coming together. About 6:30 yesterday morning, Most I said, get up, go to your library. Inside your library is the information you need to know to make this work. Y'all, your more is telling you, I'm telling you something that I know. I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. Sis, the Most High has spoken to you. You know it. Your energy is like a person that needs a fix. And you're hungry. I want more. Because in your spirit, your mind's trying to process and your heart's trying to manifest all this stuff and you're trying to get it down. And the only place you can get, you got to go to the restaurant that serves the right food. And guess what? You didn't hesitate. Okay. Maury Holman, you're done. Thank you, Father. Stand up and let me come stand to your feet and let me bless you. So I hope you got something out of this today. I hope you got something out of this today. Yebareka, Yahweh v'ishmareka. Ya'er Yahweh panav aleka, kanuka, Yasah, Yahweh, panav aleka, v'yasham, laka shalom. May Yahweh, may he put his blessings upon every last one of you. In your going out, in your coming in, as you sit by the wayside, as you meditate, and as you think, and you allow your spirit, your mind, and your heart to resonate, may he bless you. May he make his face to shine on you and show you favor. What is the face of the Most High? The Ruach, the presence. May you bask in his presence and show you favor. May Yahweh lift up his face towards you, and every day that you walk in this earth, no matter what's going on, may you have peace. And don't fear the things that you hear, the things that are around you. For I, Yahweh, I am your peace, and I am your protector, and I am your provider. And I love you. And remember, wife, I love you so much, I will give nations for you. Shalom.